Hey guys, it's Kayla back with another video.
I mean, there's got to be a better way to start a movie.
Take one.
The topic of today's video is so if you guys could share, like with your friends and stuff, I would really, really appreciate it.